And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Film Box Podcast, the greatest movie podcast in the whole entire world. I'm your host, Aaron Souza. Joined today, it's the guys. They're back. We're all back. It's Connor and Sam. How you guys doing?
Howdy.
Doing great. Doing good. Doing all right.
Wow, that was you went from here to a little bit lower.
Yeah, dude. I my mood is so dependent on the weather, and it's been rainy.
Oh god,
it's gonna
been awful.
Still be rainy. So no matter what happens, how good can it be?
Yeah, well, I agree. So we got a really fun episode for today. We're gonna be doing a little tier list here on ranking. We're gonna try and rank all of the $1 billion movies. So this might be a little bit longer of an episode, but that's all right because we're gonna rank them. And also, we've got some other stuff. Did we even prepare the 30 pods of movies this week?
I literally just texted you guys. It is our favorite animated movie.
Oh,
So
our
that's easy
favorite
enough.
animated movie. Okay. Well, why don't we do that then? Who wants to? Actually, first off, before we do that, what are you guys drinking?
Lemonade.
Ooh, Sam's been on the lemonade train past few weeks.
Got a reliable,
There it is.
but nice cream soda Franny's, but I'm double fisting it with the Fox and Park hard white birch beer.
And I've got some grade A water. But the Franny's train is still alive. Every week we got a Franny's.
Someone's got to
I
have
might
it.
actually have to grab a Franny's from my fridge here in the office in a minute. But yeah, let's do our 30 pods of movies. This week is our favorite animated movie. Who wants to kick us off?
I'll go.
All right.
Fairly easy. I feel like I've talked about them a lot. All the across or the Spider-Verse movies, perfect cinema in my eyes. But I also want to give a huge shout out to the one from my childhood that really held it down, The Iron Giant. One of the best movies young Connor saw, and when I watched it again, old Connor was like, "Fuck, man, this is still perfect."
Well, I've got at least one pick that I'm pretty confident about.
See your mind racking over there.
Yeah, my mind is really going.
Just Googled animated movies, please.
I mean, I can also.
You say that I have a list up on Letterboxd of animated movies.
Trust me, I can see you.
I'll go. Just stall. I'll go. Just stall.
Okay.
So I got to give a shout out to one of my favorite childhood movies of all time is The Incredibles.
That's a good pick.
But obviously, my favorite animated movie of all time has to be Spirited Away.
That's another really good pick. And thank you for giving me enough time.
No worries. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, this is why Sam's here.
Just to
cool
make
under
time
pressure.
make time for the 2 stars of the show. So
I don't know about that.
We're the big three.
We're all stars of the show.
We all play a massive role.
Yes. So I think I can safely say 2 picks based on my highest rated stuff that I would say are my favorite. So Spirited Away, I think, is definitely one of them. It is really, really good. But my favorite is probably Soul. from Pixar. It just that movie hits me in some type of way.
Good pick.
But my real true favorite is the Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated TV movie.
Oh yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
That's-
Only
that's
the real
awesome.
ones know.
Yes, yeah, that's
Where Jabba has a child.
that one, huh?
Yeah. And I also want to give a special shout out to Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Oh,
That one's
yeah,
cute.
that's a good
That's a
one.
cute
I
one.
want to give a shout out to then both Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio,
Yep.
fantastic, and then Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Also
Also
were two I
perfect.
was very much considering.
Yeah,
Not
animated
Tom
movies
Hanks.
are so
Not Tom
good.
Hanks. Pinocchio. Tom Hanks. Pinocchio. Anyone?
That movie could die in a ditch for all I care.
Jesus. Well, cool. Well, boys, what have you been watching lately?
I'll go first again.
All right.
Give you guys time to prepare. So I
I
finished.
got it.
No, I got it.
I
too.
finished Apocalypse Now, and I'll get through the rest of my movies just to circle back to a point, which I watched. Sorry, Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. Fun. Actually, that movie is so funny. Without like everything it tried to do that was funny wasn't, but just unintentionally it was hilarious.
Nice.
Went back, watched Godzilla vs. Kong. Love these movies. I watched the Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse, just cause.
Yeah, that's a choice.
Yeah. And then today I watched Seven Samurai, Late Night with the Devil, literally getting right back from the movie. And I'm counting it now because I have 30 minutes left, but The Godfather. Brando's like the best actor of all time, right? Like,
This guy-
come
Do
the
you know-
fuck on.
Do you know the story behind Apocalypse Now and him on set?
No. If it's good, I want to hear it. If it's bad, I'm turning off my headphones.
It's hilarious because of how skilled he was. But also it was very much late in his career.
Oh yeah.
But like I'm pretty sure I don't know the whole story, but he got to set and he was like overweight, he didn't know his lines, all this kind of stuff. They were like feeding his lines to him while they were doing scenes, and he just fucking knocked it out of the park.
I love that when
Because
you
he's Marlon fucking Brando.
I love when you Google it, just Brando Apocalypse Now. One of the first results is why was Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now? But
Yeah, that was
easily, I think, at least from what I've seen, he's hands down the best actor I've ever watched.
he's really good.
Yeah.
Especially in Godfather.
Oh my god, the way that he can just his body could be breaking down, but his voice never even so much as like quivers.
Yeah.
That's a pro's pro right there.
Yeah. Yep. Sam, what about you? What have you seen lately?
I actually have a pretty big variety of what I've seen.
Nice.
I watched the original Ghostbusters in preparation
Very nice.
of the new one. I also watched Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Damn. You went for it.
So that's the variety. But
There's your variety.
no, I haven't seen the original 2 in a long time, so I just wanted to rewatch those guys before I watched the newer ones.
It's good to get some context in there.
Yeah, but
I saw a thing today. Or not today. It was a couple days ago about Ghostbusters and how what's his name?
Bill Murray.
Not Bill Murray, but the other one.
Dan
The other
Aykroyd.
famous one.
Dan
Yeah,
Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd. He's been in all of the Ghostbusters, but he's only been a Ghostbuster in 6 of them. And then there's another person who's been in 6 of the Ghostbusters, but he's played a Ghostbuster in 7 movies. Because he was a cameo Ghostbuster in a different movie. And I can't remember what it was where I saw it on Twitter or something like that. And I was like, huh, no shit. But anyways, Sam, is that all you've seen or you got more?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Ghostbusters.
Cool. Ghostbusters. All right. While Connor looks this up, because I can see him trying to find it, I have seen 3 movies. I watched Greta Gerwig's Little Women for the first time, which was excellent. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. I liked it a lot more than I thought, and obviously I really like Timothée Chalamet, so that was fun. Rewatched La La Land, and it's still perfect. I have no complaints. And then today I watched Snack Shack, which is a new movie starring Gabriel LaBelle that I have been very hyped for. And I was right, because it is excellent. It's so good.
Not to cut you off, was it Harold Ramis? Is that the one?
Yeah, I think so.
Egon?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I didn't watch any of the movies.
I haven't seen any Ghostbusters movie, so I couldn't tell you.
I literally... I'm not the best Googler, but I literally just typed in who was the Ghostbuster who appeared in 6 but credited for 7. And it was the first name that popped up.
Yeah, it's got to be him. But yeah, so that's what I've seen. Just 3 movies, but it's all right. All right. Before we get into our tier list, which is going to take up a fair amount of time, boys, I've got a Connections for you to play. And I did not pull any punches. Actually, I did give you a toss-up. One toss-up.
I
made this one
smart.
I made this one hard because I wanted to test your knowledge. So, we will see how that goes. Let me just share my screen here. All right. So, we have got, I'm going to go down the line here. We've got Florence Pugh, Emma Watson, Simon Pegg, Daniel Craig, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cillian Murphy, Shameik Moore, Emma Stone, Andrew Garfield, Tom Hardy, Saoirse Ronan, Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Margot Robbie, Owen Wilson. Now,
All right.
let's see what you guys can do here.
First one off rip. Shameik Moore, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, all Spider-Man.
Shameik Moore, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland are all actors who have played Spider-Man.
Next, where my mind goes next, Leo, JGL, Cillian, Tom Hardy are all in Interstellar. Or not Interstellar, Inception.
So you said JGL,
Cillian.
Tom Hardy, Leo, and who?
Cillian.
Tom. Oh, yeah. No.
Incorrect.
All right. Because you just brought it up, Florence Pugh, Emma Watson, and Saoirse Ronan are all Little Women. Now, who else would factor in there?
Who else would factor in there?
Unless he's trying to just do a Greta category, which would include Margot.
I don't know. Am I?
You may. Shoot. Emma Stone, Owen Wilson, Simon Pegg. Who am I missing? Oh, and then the Interstellar guys. But I'm trying to think, what do they all have in common?
They all do have things in common. And there are obviously things that I did not take into account in making this, like the Interstellar thing. That is purely coincidence.
Inception.
Oh, did I say Interstellar? Fuck.
Yes.
I got in your head. So maybe it is just Greta Gerwig leads because I'm like, I know for a fact, fucking Leo Craig. Oh, Daniel Craig is the one I haven't been saying.
So what are you doing
Emma
here?
Stone was not in. I'm
gonna need a new answer.
You could try the Greta Gerwig one, if you think.
Margot, Florence,
Margot, Florence,
Emma Watson, Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan are all actresses who starred in Greta Gerwig films. Connor, you nailed it.
Yeah, you tried to do a little trickery doing the Three Little Women in Barbie, but
Well, also,
I know
Saoirse Ronan is
Lady Bird.
also Lady Bird, and also she's only done 3 movies. Well, she directed 4, co-directed 1, and then solo directed 3 movies. So.
Frances Ha. Yeah, that would have been a good one if you put Greta Gerwig for like that category. She technically did.
That would have been really good, huh?
All right. So we've got.
Is there a Chris Nolan one? Because JGL, Killian, and Tom Hardy have been Chris
They're
Nolan.
all in Batman.
Batman.
What's it called?
Dark Knight
Returns?
Rises. No,
Dark Knight Rises. Yes. Dark
Who is
Knight
it?
Rises.
Dark
We're
Knight
not
Rises
guessing
is-
because I don't think that either.
Okay.
Simon
I
Pegg
don't-
wasn't in that, was
I
he?
don't think so.
I know Emma Stone wasn't.
No, Leo definitely wasn't.
No, Owen
Owen
Wilson for
Wilson.
sure was not.
And I don't think Daniel Craig was either.
I don't think so either. I feel like that would have been. So it's not that, but I feel like that was a good. I think we're onto something. So I mean, I don't think he would do another actors who've starred in someone's films.
Yeah.
I will say these last 2 are a little bit outside the box when it comes to the thinking.
Okay.
But they all make sense when you see them.
I don't think we're Daniel
You
Craig
do also
comes in.
have 3 guesses. No, yeah. 3 guesses because you burned 1.
Yeah, we burned the.
The Inception one.
Yeah, that's crazy that wasn't one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not only was it not one, it was totally coincidental.
Not even crossed your mind.
Not even crossed my mind.
I don't even know where Owen Wilson, Simon Pegg
It's not
going
like a
to.
writer one, is it? 'Cause I don't think any of them have directed.
So Daniel Craig was like James Bond.
All right, I'm gonna need a guess here for the sake of time. Like I said, you have three guesses to burn. So
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what to guess.
Man. Owen Wilson was Cars. I don't know if any of the other ones were in like a Pixar movie.
I think JGL was
Which one?
Gordon Levitt. I don't know
Yeah.
which. I want to say he was though.
I definitely gave you a tester with this one.
What if it's him, Owen Wilson? Daniel Craig, I
Who?
know, was in Tintin.
Wait, so what do we got? We got
We're still thinking out loud. We're not submitting anything.
okay.
Killian, I don't think has done any voice acting. I don't know if Emma Stone has.
Well, so Daniel Craig and Joseph Gordon-Levitt were both in Knives Out.
I don't think anyone else was though.
But I don't think anybody else was, yeah.
You want? I think just for the sake of it, maybe we have 3 guesses. Maybe we can luck into like a one away type beat. What if we did Owen Wilson, Daniel Craig, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I'm sure Simon Pegg did some voice acting.
Is that what you want to go with?
Yeah, we got votes to kill.
All right, you are one away.
Shit.
One away. Who could
Now,
it
which
be?
one is it that you're away?
And what's the category?
And what's the category? One of these, I will say, one of these I do not expect Connor to get at all.
But you expect me to get?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I gave you guys hints. I expect some hints in return.
Yeah.
Well, Simon Pegg was in Star Trek and Star Wars. And Mission Impossible.
No one else was.
Nobody else was.
I can't speak to Star Wars or Star Trek, but
Want to just do Simon
wanna
Pegg?
break
Let's
out the
just
sticky
do
notes
let's
a
just do the right 4.
These 4?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mine. Just throw it in there.
All right.
no.
Okay, so JGL is definitely in it. Oh, fuck me. I don't know.
This is your last guess. Give me something.
Yeah,
I will say, Sam, you were on the right track with what you were talking about, and it definitely may or may not have something to do with your shirt.
Sam,
Yeah,
can you put
that's
your
what I'm
shirt
thinking.
more in focus.
There's nobody
It's a
else.
Star Wars shirt.
Star Wars.
So Simon Pegg was in Star Wars, Force Awakens.
Was Daniel Craig in Star Wars?
Yes, he was also in Force Awakens. He did. He had a cameo. Who? Oh, and Tom Hardy had a cameo too. Simon Pegg, Daniel Craig, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Lock it in.
These are all
Let's go.
actors
Yes,
who cameoed
yes.
in Star Wars.
I'm like, wait a second. They
knew
had
it.
those. They had those small cameos. I'm
Yes,
like, wait a
they
second.
did. They had
Yeah, that's
they
what
had
it was.
cameos where they didn't even have their faces in it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Daniel Craig, Simon Pegg played Ungar Plutt.
Yep.
And then the other
Yep.
3 played stormtroopers, I think.
Yep. Yes, they did.
Oh, I forget. Damn, that's good.
And then obviously the last one. Any guess on the category for these 4?
Villains. I don't know.
Sam, any guess?
I'm not sure.
All right. These are actors. I forgot to put the name in, but
Jesus
these are
Christ.
actors who have starred in a director's movie 3 or more times. So, Cillian Murphy, obviously, Christopher Nolan, Emma Stone with Yorgos Lanthimos. Now that Kinds of Kindness is coming out. Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, and Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson.
Got it.
So
Coming in
there we go.
clutch. See, I'm not.
That was
useless.
a good.
This is why I
poll.
like playing with Sam, because Sam's so fucking smart.
And I'm not.
Yeah. Well, next time I
Oh,
think Sam has
boy.
to make a connection, and then
I'll
we
make a
gotta
connection
team
next
up.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some more ones lined up too, some more categories, so we'll definitely go back to that.
I got some too.
All right, we're gonna move into the main segment here, ranking billion-dollar movies. Connor, bring us through at least the tiers. I don't think we need to run through all of the movies that we're
Yeah,
gonna be
they-
ranking. We'll just do it one by one.
There have been 54 movies that have grossed $1 billion at the box office. So our tiers are: I'd pay $1 billion to watch. $1 billion is a lot of freaking money. Is it really $1 billion good? I've said billion so many times.
Is it $1 billion good?
Is $1 billion
Sorry, I'm sorry.
good? No. Literally, is $1 billion even a lot?
Would we?
Really? I don't know. I can't count that high. Houseway
When it
and
did,
tried and true PP poo poo. Now,
All right.
The old tried and true pee pee poo poo.
gotta have it. So starting off, I'm going to zoom in for you, gents, and everyone
Yeah,
listening
please.
in. First up, we've got Alice in Wonderland. The I think
Alice
it's
in
Tim
Wonderland.
Burton one.
Tim Burton one.
Yeah.
It was solid.
I can go.
I didn't mind it.
It's
Obviously, it
fine.
can't compare to. Obviously, it can't compare to the original. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest, but I enjoyed it.
If you asked me how much money I thought that movie made, I could have told you like $100 million.
Yeah.
I would have thought that was high. So I could go no higher
I'm-
than is it really $1 billion good?
I'm good with
I'm
that.
feeling Houseway. Because really, when you think about it, what you just said, Connor, is the definition of Houseway. Like,
That is true.
like, oh, this grossed $1 billion? How? How?
How the hell? I mean, it's not bad, but I'm looking at it now. It's got a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Yeesh.
I'm actually good putting in Houseway.
All right, yeah.
All right, I want to look this up to make sure.
That might just be
Despicable
Minions.
Me. No, because Minions is down
Oh,
here.
no.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's Despicable Me 3.
Or is
Three.
that Rise of Gru? That's Rise of Gru.
Is it Rise of Gru?
Yeah,
Is it?
Gru Life.
Let me see. Rise of Gru.
gotta-
See if I can find that poster. We did our research.
Doing it on the fly.
All right, let's see. I do not see that poster specifically on Letterboxd.
No, I'm looking at the list on Rotten Tomatoes. The only two Minions-esque movies are Despicable Me 3 and Minions.
So we've
So
got
I want to say that's Despicable Me 3.
Despicable Me 3. Despicable Me. Is it really that good?
It can't be.
Oh yeah, there it is. It is Despicable Me 3.
Is
There's
it?
a
Okay.
poster. Yeah.
I
mean, what?
I'm good putting this one in pee pee poo poo off rip.
This. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this first
Yeah.
Despicable Me
It's
I
great.
get.
I like that one a lot.
It
I
was
stopped
good.
watching after
I
that.
like it.
Yup. I mean, you can even make a case for number 2.
Is
What?
that the one with No, Vector's in number 1. Never mind.
Vector's number 1, yeah. I don't know what number 2's about, but it rides the coattails of number 1.
Well, hey,
Number 3?
4 is coming
Hello?
out, and guess what? Gru fucks in it. or sorry, he fucked sometime in between 3 and 4.
But
Just
somehow
once.
the girls stay the same age.
Yeah.
Well, in 3,
Somehow
he
Gru
has a
fucks.
wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
How? Who? Who?
I mean, I guess he consummated the marriage, but
I'm good with putting it
Still.
into pee pee poo poo though.
Yeah.
all right. Frozen 2 is up next.
So
Frozen
And-
2's good.
I haven't seen
I did
Frozen
not
2.
watch it.
I have only seen the first one.
I'm gonna put
Frozen
Frozen
2
right next to it too. Just I don't know
Yeah.
why it was in like out of order.
Frozen 2's good. I think I liked it more than the first one, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I've seen it.
That's bold.
At least the animation is good. Is it $1 billion? Maybe, maybe not. I would say it's probably good enough to be between second and third tier.
I mean, I had no interest in seeing it. I am not part of the billion.
I'm good. I'm putting it in the middle.
Yeah,
I'm good with
I'm good to
middle
put it
tier.
in the middle.
Or $1 billion. Is it $1 billion good?
Yeah.
Frozen 1.
Frozen one,
however-
however.
That is
think-
top tier.
Top
Well,
tier.
I don't know about top tier. I think
don't know
I
about
put it
top
in-
tier.
I put
I
it
would
in
put
second.
it in the
A
second
billion
one,
is
yeah.
a lot of freaking money.
would not pay $1 billion to watch that movie.
No.
If I had a child,
I don't love my children that much.
Jesus
I'm kidding.
Christ.
I'm kidding. I don't have children, and when I do have children, I'm gonna
That's
love
the
them
part
so
he's kidding
hard.
about. That's the part he's kidding about. Let's clarify. not that he loved them enough, but that he doesn't have them.
I said when I have them, I will love them $1 billion worth. They just
All
don't
right, I'm
exist
good for
right now.
second tier though for Frozen.
All right, I gotta shrink this a bit. This is a bit too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see
there
it.
we go.
That's fine.
All right, next up we got Furious 7.
This is where I take a back seat.
Sam.
So Furious 7 was
Same.
actually a good. This was Paul Walker's last one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it was pretty good. Obviously,
We should have
it
a-
was.
No, I can't say that.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
This was a pretty good one.
I was gonna say we should add a tier that's just Paul Walker's death carried the box office and put
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
God.
man, no,
Golly.
I would never. I didn't say it. I said I was gonna say it.
Well,
but
you
then
technically
I didn't.
But then
did
you
say
said it. You said it. You could have left that in the chamber, my friend. No one forced you to pull the trigger. This is not Deer Hunter.
For this one, I would be okay with putting it middle tier. It's not $1 billion worth, but it's good. It's one of the better ones of the series. So
Man, oh man, we are off to a rough start.
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah, next up, Jurassic World. I do not like the Jurassic World movies at all. Can't stand them. I'm gonna put them all next to each other too, just so we could talk about all of them at once, because they all somehow made $1 billion. And I'll toss Jurassic Park in there because that one deserved it.
I didn't mind.
Not seen 'em.
I didn't mind Jurassic World.
Jurassic World is like it's Force Awakens. It's, hey, remember this franchise? Want to see us do it again?
Yeah, but
Like I don't know. It was a summer blockbuster that did its job. I'll give it. Is it $1 billion good? But
okay. Yeah. That's the highest I was gonna go with it.
All right. The next two,
The next two, however,
I think we can go in descending order.
I would be okay with that.
Cause Fallen Kingdom, not great. Had decent moments.
Not a bad movie though.
No, it's not a bad movie, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
even should have been in the realm. And
However,
then
Dominion's just you can
Dominion's
throw that
bad.
down there. Yeah, Dominion's bad.
What's interesting to me to think about this, like in looking at all the stuff on the list, there's a lot of movies that really ride the coattails of the first movie in the franchise.
just a franchise, yeah.
Oh yeah, just because.
are just like riding the coattails of a franchise.
Yeah.
I want to say,
Which I like. I like that we actually get to talk about it because, $1 billion.
billion
Like
is
we
a-
say in our tier, $1 billion is a lot of freaking money. But it seems to be that these are the movies that are making it.
I want to see, because I know hopefully we still have it. When we did our 2022 review or awards, I think that was one of my most disappointing movies.
Really?
One of my picks, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if we still have that sheet. Alas, it was bad. Jurassic Park.
Yes. Jurassic Park, however,
That's $1 billion movie right there.
that is $1 billion. I would be perfectly happy putting that in the top tier, first top tier of the movie.
Yeah, well deserved. It's awesome. The practical effects are still to this day so beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
Good story, it's got good scares to it too, which is what the book was about. I'm good with it.
Still got a guy getting eaten on a Port John.
Exactly. I still think about that scene sometimes, just out of the blue. All right.
while you're sitting
Next-
on the toilet.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting on the standing on the toilet.
Standing on the toilet.
Next up, and I want to make sure I find the right which one it is. It's one of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is.
It looks like that might be on Stranger
Tides, yeah.
or Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
Hold on. I can tell you.
That might be on Stranger Tides.
Let's see. Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Because Dead Man's Chest is next. And that, yeah, it's Stranger Tides.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, it is. I'm looking at the poster now.
Yeah. This is once they got rid of Keira Knightley, my interest kind of went
Trash.
out.
No, this movie, I watched it. It's trash. I have it rated as a 1.5 on Letterboxd. It's trash.
It's not
That's
pee
pee
poo
poo to
bad.
me.
They literally
whatever.
they brought back Jeffrey Rush again to play Barbossa, but he's now working as like a military man for the East India Company, which is like the wildest fucking choice that they could have made for his character, who was a straight badass anti-establishment fucking pirate in the first three. Yeah, it's just trash. Sam Claflin fucks
A mermaid.
a mermaid.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Like, no, don't hurt her. Don't
I don't know
hurt
if you
the
saw my
mermaid.
ears perk up as soon as you said that. I was trying to think of which was my favorite, but I think it's definitely Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh yeah,
Dead Man's
that's my
Chest
favorite.
is next,
That one was a
which
good
I
one.
also like that.
Dead
That
Man's
was
Chest
good.
is my favorite.
Really.
I would.
Yes, I like
like
Dead
that
Man's
one.
Chest a lot.
I loved fuck, what's his name? Davy
Jones?
Jones. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he
Great
was so cool.
villain.
The Kraken.
The CGI in that movie still holds up.
Yeah.
It was pretty-
Dude,
yeah.
the Kraken scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. And there was just something about like the first Pirates of the Caribbean was like a little bit more serious. But this one definitely cracked into the whimsy a little bit more, and I think I appreciated it
Whimsical.
more for that. Anyways, I want to put it in. It's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
okay with that.
I'm putting it there too. I
Yeah.
thought that was good.
Hell yeah.
Trying to organize some of these into categories.
That's all right. Just let it be random. We're good.
Skyfall is next.
Not seen it. Is this the only James Bond on the list?
I think so.
Yes.
Oh.
Skyfall is good. I like
Skyfall's
I really
good.
like Skyfall. Easily one of the best opening songs from Adele. This is the one, if I'm not mistaken, that had Javier Bardem as the villain, and listen, if you can't do any wrong if he's your antagonist in my eye.
I'm also good with putting this into second tier.
Me too. I would say this can not go lower than that.
No.
All right. It's a good choice.
All right.
Now.
All right.
We talked enough about good movies. We're back to some schlock. We got Transformers, Age of Extinction. This
They
movie,
all suck.
yeah. I like Bumblebee, and that's it. That's not on the list.
That is like the most teenager thing. I like Bumblebee. That's why I watched the movie. I'm Bumblebee.
Well, I didn't say it like that. I liked Bumblebee the movie the most of the bunch. That's what I was trying to say.
I gotcha.
This is, fun fact, the lowest of all these movies on Rotten Tomatoes. It's an 18%.
Oh wow.
Oof.
This is when it
Oof.
shifted to Mark Wahlberg instead of Shia LaBeouf.
Shia.
And Megan
I
Fox.
honestly could not have cared less about this franchise.
The originals are great. Well, not great, but like they're pretty good.
I
They're
think the
enjoyable.
first one is definitely very good, but then it's kind of funny. I meant to bring it up when I talked about it. Like those movies, they're like hilarious for just how much destruction they choose to cause. just like to civilians and just humans in general. In Kong, in like the Godzilla and King Kong, they go out of their way to destroy cities. Like they're fighting in an uninhabited hollow earth, and they're like, you know what? No, let's go to Rio and just destroy it. But next up is Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Not much better, to be honest.
Not much better. I would bump it up a tier though.
Houseway.
Yeah.
Still not good.
No. No. You will not mistake anything for that.
Now, next on this list.
I'm putting them all together because I want to have a nice conversation about them. We've got the live action Aladdin.
I saw this movie for the only time. For the only time on the second half of a back-to-back drive-in showing. Mm-hmm. And the people I was with both fell asleep. I watched it. It was one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen. So
I didn't think
how
it was
made
like
$1 billion.
Yeah, I put it in Houseway. I thought it was okay.
It was okay,
but it felt so much like a play and not a movie. Just like the way they move. It's like, this is kind of why I think people don't like musicals so much. It's because it's just how unnatural they feel.
Or live action remakes.
The live action remakes too. I don't like them. That Disney just is keep doing them.
Yeah. Well,
So I put it in Houseway.
all right. You know, I will allow that purely based on the fact that the next one is even more offensive.
Yeah. Next up, The Lion King.
The live action remake
Live
of
action,
The
yes.
Lion King.
How do you remake such a great movie into a shitty remake?
I'll tell you how. You animate animals realistically so that they don't have emotion. Somehow. Also, you cast Beyonce in a lead role.
As Nala.
Okay. Yeah. Like, it's offensive. It's offensive. Offensive.
On Rotten Tomatoes. I definitely missed it. Because I was like in the top 10. I'm like, how have I not seen it yet? Yeah, I've gone out of my way to avoid this movie.
Yeah, it's bad.
We'll do pee pee poo poo.
Yes, please.
Next up, Beauty and the Beast, the live action remake.
This is probably the least offensive of the bunch,
Yeah.
which itself puts it to me in the middle tier.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh no.
I was gonna put it. So this is where it sucks because it's better than Aladdin. So like high tier of Houseway.
What
But,
I'm
like-
hearing is
but, like-
that Aladdin needs to be dropped.
Well, no, because I think Aladdin is definitely better than Jurassic
Yeah,
Park
I
Dominion.
would also agree that.
I think it's somewhere in between top end of Houseway and low end of Beauty and Jurassic World.
I also.
I'm okay
agree with
putting
that.
it in the middle, to be
Okay,
honest.
yeah, that's fine.
The more I look at it, because all these movies are movies that did not need to be made. Arguably, Furious 7 just for Paul Walker, but yeah. Next up, and we're gonna start a little superhero kick, if you will. Aquaman, starting us off.
Is that the original?
The original.
Trash. Put it in pee pee poo poo.
No, I'm gonna push back
What?
on this.
I'm gonna push back on
Only,
that also.
yeah.
only. I haven't even seen it, but it's only
Okay,
because
so-
of Amber Heard.
Brother, if
I will not watch a single thing that she's in because she's a fucking scumbag.
I mean, I agree, but
we've got Johnny Depp up here too, he's no saint.
Oh well, he's better than her.
I mean, it's a
at least he didn't shit on her bed.
yeah. We don't have to
Yeah.
go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, we don't. I mean, look, they were both bad for each other, but she's a real.
Whoa! We are not.
I
Aussies,
don't have a
mate.
problem saying it.
We are not Aussies. We don't need to say that.
I'll bleep it. Don't worry.
You better. I'm putting it in. For that, I'm putting it in. I'd pay $1 billion to watch.
No. I'd leave.
Yes.
But it has Tamira
You're in
Morrison
timeout.
in it, so
I'm in timeout.
Aaron, it has Tamira Morrison in it.
Yeah,
Listen.
Tamara Morrison's in a lot of things.
Listen, it's got a fucking drumming octopus. How many other movies can say they have that?
This sounds so stupid.
Exactly. It's stupid and it's fun.
There
Would
you go.
You put it in there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting it there.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Is it
yeah.
really $1 billion good? Is where we put it.
Middle
All
tier.
right. Next up, The Avengers, the first.
When it came out, I'm paying $1 billion to watch this movie when it
Oh
came
my
out.
god, yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I had it on repeat.
Such a good one.
I mean, enough said.
The OG.
Yeah, I don't think we really have to go too deep into it. Next up, Iron Man 3. This was my hot take from our Marvel tier list that I really liked Iron Man 3.
It's good.
It's good. I put it in this middle tier.
I'm putting it in the
so I'm
middle.
good
I'm
with
good
that.
with the middle tier, yeah.
Makes sense for it.
Next up, we've got Captain America: Civil War. I think that's no lower
That's-
than tier
I'd pay
2.
$1 billion to watch Civil War. Are you kidding?
I would put it there too.
Okay. I guess.
Sam's like, no.
I guess.
I don't know. I
Next
mean,
up.
what do you feel like it's not as good?
Well, I think Winter Soldier is better.
Actually, that is true. I think the
But
reason this
again,
made
Winter Soldier is not on.
Well,
this
is
list.
Winter Soldier on this list?
no.
No. So there we go.
Well, no, I'm not. That's so unsound logic. I'm putting it down a tier.
All right.
You're in take jail now.
I'm in take jail.
No, I would definitely say it definitely made that money just because it had everyone in it.
Well, I was gonna say it made that much money because it's an Avengers movie without the title.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I think it's better than Avengers, though, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
I think go put yourself back in your shoes when the Avengers first came out. Compared to when Civil War came out, I would much rather watch the Avengers for the first time.
Yeah, see,
Than Civil
I
War.
disagree. I'd rather watch Civil War.
See, I
man.
agree with I agree with Connor.
Well,
That's why Sam's got good takes.
I've been outvoted.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Black Panther.
This is something that Connor and I watched in theaters together
Opening night
when it came out.
I don't think it was opening night, but we did see it.
It was
soon.
not opening night. But I do remember that I felt very out of place in that theater.
Oh, pish posh.
No, it's because our theater was very full of
Jesus
African
Christ!
American
Are we
people.
gonna have to bleep you again?
No, it
No.
was full. It was the theater had a lot of, because this was a big deal for African American people. It's like an African led starring movie directed by it's very important. It was like the first of Marvel. It was I love it. I think it's really good. So except for the CGI in the ending fight scene, but
Yeah.
it's not a good movie.
I wouldn't pay $1 billion to watch.
No, but I put it in it's a lot of freaking money tier.
Oh, it's definitely top tier there.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Michael B. Jordan alone is like, he's like one of the best villains that the MCU has ever had.
Speaking of that, we are going on.
Do you remember? Hold on, before
Yeah.
we move on. Do you remember when we went to see that movie, and we went with Tom, right? Our buddy Tom.
my freshman year roommate?
Yeah, and we were sitting down. We had just gotten there. We were like, whatever. Oh, this is gonna be great. And some dude walked into the front and he goes, "All right, guys, thanks for coming to group therapy. I like to start."
Oh,
and
I
it was
do
like, everyone
remember
was-
that.
Yeah, and everyone was like kind of chuckling, whatever. And we looked at each other, like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, it was so funny too. Not to go off on a tangent, but when I watched Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 with my girlfriend, Erin. Shout out Erin for sitting through that with
shout out me.
Shut up.
Oh.
Some dude, as soon as like they had the directors give like they had a little video, and one dude in the front row was like, "Yeah, let's go!" And I looked at her and I was like, "All right, let's calm down." What was that, Sam?
I was gonna say, was the theater packed or busy or no?
It was decently full, not all the way, but like enough where I was like, man, we really got nothing better to do with our time, do we?
I remember, whenever we go to the theater, whenever Emma and I go to a theater, I always get just furiously upset whenever the movie ends and you hear the clapping, like people start clapping at the end of the movie, and I'm like, guys, it's not, no.
What did
we
you
don't
do?
need to.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyways, let's move on.
All right. So next is Aaron's favorite, Age of Ultron.
Great movie.
This is your favorite Avenger? Mm-hmm. It's weird how you gave it a 3-star on Letterboxd.
Yeah, well, just because I gave it a 3-star doesn't mean that it's not my favorite. I can acknowledge this technical craft of the other ones, but this one makes me feel happy.
See that's where we differ, my friend. I rate purely on the enjoyment.
Yeah, me too.
Well, there's a lot of things that go into my ratings.
Well, okay, Mr. Snotty Pants.
It's almost like we do this.
Actually, Age of Ultron is one of the most enjoyable movies because James Spader gives an excellent performance as Ultron.
We don't talk like that.
Which he does. I will give him that.
Hey,
But-
listen. We're taking advice from the guy that Grown Ups is in his top
Oh my
5.
god! Yeah.
So-
What are we doing? Pee pee poo.
All right. Look, I've admitted my sin. I
You've
left off
rectified it.
on accident Ocean's 11 from my list. So if I were to redo it, I'd put it on there and get rid of Grown Ups. All right? Look,
You still had. I still can't believe that.
hey, you had Love Rosie. I don't want to hear it.
And we went through it. Love Rosie was objectively a better movie.
By like 15%.
So was Aristocats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh my god. All right. Let's move on.
Avengers: Age of Ultron. I can go no higher than is it really $1 billion good?
See, I was in the middle. I was at $1 billion is a lot of freaking money.
Hey, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Nope.
We'll
Consensus
do it.
rules. Yep.
Consent?
I'm okay.
That's democracy,
I think it's-
baby.
Thank you.
I think it's the weakest Avengers film, but I still enjoy it. So
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it's 1000% cashing in on the name.
It's a good movie.
Which is why I think it goes rightfully next to like Civil. Actually, it will go at the end, but like
I think
it's
it's
Civil
bottom
War.
tier of that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
I'd rather
Civil
watch.
War.
I would rather watch Civil War than Age of
Oh
Ultron.
man, I was just thinking. I haven't seen that movie in a while. Like, I'm gonna go back and watch it and be like, guys, what the fuck was I thinking? I just know it. Anyways,
Now, Avengers: Infinity War is next. I don't think we need to discuss it much.
I
no,
but
it's
don't
top
think
tier.
we do.
that I would pay $1 billion to watch that movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the next one you can pop into that category too.
Actually,
No.
no.
Well, actually, hot
Yeah.
take. I like
Hot
Infinity
take,
War
it's-
better than
Oh, yeah.
Endgame.
It is better. Infinity War is so much better solely because they don't use time travel and the whole plot like is more cohesive.
But I would pay $1 billion to watch the final fight scene in theaters again.
Sure.
So
I'm there with you. Man, that's what a top
Oh my
row.
god. Oh, I'm
Dinosaurs
sorry.
and the Avengers.
I just saw one of the movies that's coming up, and it just made me like furiously angry. So,
we'll
all
get
right.
there.
We'll get there. Next
Yeah.
up, we've got Captain Marvel.
It's good.
Not as
It
bad
is
as
good.
people say it is. It gets overhated
Yeah.
a lot. It gets overhated a lot.
People got really mad at it for no reason because
Because
I
Brie
don't
Larson
know why.
doesn't
was
like
it,
to smile. That
but
was it.
like, I don't know. I think it just got overtaken by like keyboard warriors to the point that people like
Yeah.
now it's like the popular opinion to think this movie's trash, but it's a good movie.
It's not bad, yeah. Is it $1 billion worth good, though?
No,
No.
you could say that about a lot of Marvel though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think the brand is just so strong. It was kind of like how Aquaman ended up here too. It's like, was that movie $1 billion worth or $1 billion good? No, but you got the name behind it, so it's like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. Next up, we've got Spider-Man: Far From Home.
This is my least favorite of the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. But it's still okay.
I think it's
Hey!
in Houseway.
I'm good with Houseway.
I'll put it there. I feel like that it I think it's better than all these movies. Even just from a pure enjoyment factor, even if you don't want to look at the technical stuff, but I think it's better than people give it credit for. No Way Home is next.
This is the most name brand hype $1 billion movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Is this the one that was going to make you mad? Or we're not
No.
there yet?
No. We'll know. We'll know when we get there.
All right.
I liked No Way Home.
I did too.
I thought it was great when I saw it, and over time I've liked it less and less.
I can agree with that.
There's a lot of issues with it, namely the fact that in order to make the plot work and to get the famous cameos and returning people from the other franchises, they had to basically break the two characters in order to get it done. Like Spider-Man, like Tom Holland, Peter Parker is way too smart to be making the shitty mistakes he makes. And Doctor Strange is way too smart to let it happen.
Or not only that, is like Doctor Strange was a little bitch, and like I don't know. He was just a badass in all these other movies, and then all of a sudden he just loses to him.
the wish too much, and
Yeah.
your multiverse
Like, why would- yeah.
broken.
Yeah, and like the fact that they made Tom Holland's character, his Peter Parker, like,
So
oh, can you change this?
irrational.
Oh, can you change it? Oh, can you change this? Can you change it? It's like distracting. Like Doctor Strange, literally, if those characters acted normally, Doctor Strange would be like, "Hey, shut up," and Peter would be like, "Yeah, okay, sorry, man."
Well, the first thing, like, because the whole point is he was so upset that he and his friends couldn't go to MIT that instead of just talking to the recruiter or whatever who was, he decided to just wipe everyone's memory.
Yeah, or like applying again or transferring the next summer.
Yeah.
Or just they're smart enough, just go to one of the other close schools and then try again next time.
It's not the end of the world if you don't go to the same school as your friend.
Oh God, now it's making me mad. Jesus Christ.
This is
Ah!
remember back to my hot takes, the hot takes episode where I
Yeah,
said this is
you
the
were
most
right.
overrated MCU movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I think you're right.
I think I'm gonna put it in the middle tier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because everything that was like the rumored stuff, because like of all the COVID messing up the timing and whatnot, they had to move this one ahead of Doctor Strange. And the story that they would have gone with like Craven sounded so much cooler. But I think they just were like, hey, this is an opportunity where we can just get Andrew and Toby back. So, and Willem and why am I
Alfred.
blanking on his name? Yeah,
Yeah,
Alfred
Alfred
Molina.
Molina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're just
just
like,
cash in.
let's do it.
Yeah, and they cashed in, that's for sure.
Yeah. Next up, we went long
All right,
on that
well,
one. I think we'll be quick.
I was gonna
Dark
say we'll be
Knight.
quick these next
Pee pee
three.
poo poo.
Dark Knight is awesome. I would pay
Pee pee poo poo.
I
$1
would
trillion.
pay-
No, it's really, really good.
Fuck yeah.
Dark Knight Rises. It's good. Not
For
that,
me,
not.
all right,
It's not
all right.
close to the level of Dark Knight.
Joseph
okay.
Gordon-Levitt time and Cillian Murphy time and Tom Hardy time.
And Tom Hardy time. I personally, I think it's just up there, but it's.
Oh,
I can go down a tier if you want.
Yeah,
to put
no,
it in.
for me it's worse than Dark Knight, so it can't be the same tier.
It's not as good as
I don't
Dark
know.
Knight, but no, okay, whatever.
I think it's somewhere.
I was gonna put it down to $1 billion is a lot of freaking money.
That's what I was gonna do. I'm okay with that.
All right, I was thinking this
Consensus.
because I feel I'm harder on movies where it's just like you're really just riding the coattails, aren't you? Like if you're $1 billion good, you got to be able to like stand out on your own. And I feel like that's
Tom Hardy's
Tom Hardy is
performance was
very
great
good.
in that. Yeah,
Anne Hathaway was also in it.
which
I'll
bumps
put
up the
it
tier.
in a billion. It's $1 billion. $1 billion is a lot of money. 'Cause I still like Bale. Next up, we've got Joker.
Joker is in a weird spot because it's a movie that film bros love, and people who bag on film bros love to say it's the worst movie that's ever been made.
We live in a society.
It's not a bad movie.
No, not at all.
Like Joaquin Phoenix is good, and the story is actually interesting, and it's a bit different as far as like these quote unquote superhero movies go, or in this case, supervillain movies. Like, yes, it's pretty similar to King of Comedy, but if you took that movie and removed the Joker out of it and just made it about like a guy, it might be regarded as one of the best movies. You know, like that delve into the psyche of people that's ever been made. So
I was gonna say the ending
Yeah.
is such a twist too.
but it's like the
and
perfect
De Niro
build-up.
gets absolutely smoked.
gets dome pieced.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, the build up to that was awesome.
I'm good.
I might
Where
put
are you
it in
gonna
$1
put it?
billion. Is a lot of freaking
I was
money.
gonna put it in. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Avatar and Avatar 2.
Avatar, I'm higher on Avatar than I guess some other people are.
I am too.
I like it.
I like Avatar.
So
I like the first one a lot.
I didn't know it was a hot take to like it.
yeah, a lot of people think it's stupid and that it's only carried by its visuals. But I think it's a really cool concept. So
Yeah, I'm good putting in $1 billion. It's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
I mean, depending on the format, like I would pay to watch that again in like 3D
IMAX.
or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
or
If I could-
IMAX or something
If
like
I
that.
could watch both of these in IMAX, I would do that 1,000 times. 3D, I would rather shoot myself in the face. But
3D
that's
was
just me.
cool though. I'm not a big 3D person, but it was cool for that movie because they actually had like stuff that they didn't just force it, you know.
They didn't.
Yeah, but
force
I
it.
can't watch. I can't watch 3D movies. It's very
that's fair.
insensitive of you guys to even bring it up. I'm actually going to quit the podcast now.
Okay, goodbye. No,
I'm taking the tier with me, so
well,
good luck. No, Avatar 2, I liked it a lot.
See, I
think,
like the first one better.
I honestly think Avatar 2 could stand on its own.
I
That's
can
my
also
personal
see
opinion.
that. I can also agree with that.
interesting. I have not
'Cause
seen
I
it,
thi-
so
Yeah, I think the visual effects are an improvement on what was already like really good. The way that they shot in water was awesome. Finale was great. I put it in $1 billion. It's a lot of freaking money.
Low tier, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't tier within the tier.
We could start doing that.
All right. Next up, which Harry Potter is that? Is that
First
that's
one.
the first one.
That's the first one.
first one?
Jesus.
You know what? There's 8 of these.
Yeah, but that's like the most iconic poster of the whole
Yeah.
saga.
Clearly not.
Okay, fair point.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little sassy tonight. I think
That was literally like a whole "know you" argument.
it's literally like you gave me like all your sound logic, and I was like, well, you're wrong and you're stupid. So
It's like, okay.
okay.
Philosopher's Stone is, I don't know how I rank.
I like
mine.
it. I like it a
like
lot.
it.
It's
thought
nostalgic in a great way.
It's great nostalgia. Yeah,
I
I'm good
think
with that. Yeah.
I saw somewhere that they had to change the name from philosopher to sorcerer because they felt like Americans wouldn't know what a philosopher was. Which I think is just hilarious.
Yeah. Also, like, for me, Harry Potter, like, my favorite era of filmmaking, if I were to like define an era, it's like this 10 to 12 year period between like early 90s, like 93 to 95, and then to 2005. Like, that era of filmmaking is phenomenal, and this falls squarely in that because it wasn't heavy on CGI. Lots of sets, lots of throwback usage of like cameras and cinematography styles, but also bringing things into the modern era. It's just a lot I really, really love about.
And there's
that
not
era,
a bad Harry Potter movie.
Also, very true.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of another Harry
next
Potter
up.
movie,
We got Deathly Hallows Part 2. Which
I mean,
this is the finale, man.
exactly. I feel like the first and the last movies are where you really cash in.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. You guys can.
It's a good payoff.
What I'm stuck in between is if the entire series was on here, then I would put it all of them top tier. But since it's just the first, just two of them, I'm good with just putting it in the second tier. I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to explain what I.
Good with me. All right, now we've got a fun stretch for you two. Got our Star Wars stretch. We've got starting with Rogue One.
Rogue One's fucking phenomenal.
I love Rogue One.
Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies, period.
Same.
Yeah, I think it ranks third or fourth for me.
Yeah, it's so good. So I'd pay $1 billion to watch it.
I'd just pay $1 billion to watch the hallway scene.
Yeah.
That hallway
With
scene is
Darth-
sick. Honestly, the entire ending is great.
I saw that in theater. Nobody was expecting that in theaters. And then you hear Darth Vader's voice and you're like, yikes.
So we want to put it in I'd pay $1 billion.
I would.
I would, but yeah.
All right. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. One of my least favorite.
It gets overhated, though.
I
It's
love
so
this movie.
boring.
Again, I was just talking about that sweet spot for me for filmmaking.
It gets
Man, this one falls
overhated.
right in that spot too.
It gets
and it's just something so
overhated.
good. It does. M, literally, I was like, M, do you want to go see episode 1 in theaters when it comes out again? And she's like, I'd rather watch paint dry. So I was like, oh, okay.
Don't get me wrong. The dialogue
No, it's the
and
same
shit
thing.
is
It's the same
terrible,
thing.
But it's so
great.
nostalgic.
I feel like it made $1 billion because it was the same reason The Force Awakens is coming up next. It's like, hey, we're reintroducing Star Wars to people.
Well, that's why
Come
it made
take
so
your
much money.
kids.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
The
mean,
movie
look,
itself is nowhere close to $1 billion. Good.
I would
standing
pay
on
$1
that.
billion to have experienced opening weekend for that movie.
I agree.
But
I'm not.
as
I
for
can't
the
be there with
movie,
you.
is it really $1 billion good? Feels about right for it for me.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Good.
Pains me to put
I'll
it there, but-
compromise with you
know.
on that. Next up, Force Awakens.
Of the sequels, it's the best.
Yep.
Not my favorite.
But it's the
but
same thing.
It's my favorite movie going experience so far that I've had.
I can
Because
yeah.
we went at midnight on the day that it came out, and it was a packed house. It was the busiest I've ever seen a movie theater in my whole life.
We're
It
wearing
was
our
so
t-shirt.
cool.
We were wearing Star Wars shirts and
Yep.
stuff.
Literally, it was. I don't know if you, Connor, if you've ever experienced this. It was so busy that like the managers of the theater were coming in to say, "Hey, we need to find space for these people," because this was pre-COVID, before there were assigned seats.
Yeah, people were sitting on the stairs at my
Yeah.
theater. I remember that.
I mean, it was
like
insane.
The line was like snaking around the entire lobby.
It was literally like
Yeah.
you have to show up 20 minutes before start time. Like the second that they say now seating, you have to be first in line to get a seat. Because like if you showed up like 10 minutes before, good luck.
Yeah, no, it was so cool, and then the movie was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I saw it twice when it came out. First time I had
I
a
think we
headache,
saw it
so I was
twice
like,
too, I think.
I was like kind of falling asleep. But the second time I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yep, Sam and I remember Sam and I saw it together, and we came out of the theater, and Sam was like, "Man, I didn't like it."
I mean, especially for you guys, isn't it like very, very similar to just which one is it? A New Hope?
A New Hope.
It's pretty much
Yes.
the same exact. It's basically a New Hope reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Where do you think it, Aaron? Houseway?
Yeah,
I would rather-
no. I'd put it in $1 Billion Good.
That's where I was leaning.
I would
'cause
rather watch episode 1, to be honest.
I would too, but
Man, maybe I gotta rewatch it because that was the movie where I would like go make a sandwich and I wouldn't even bother pausing the movie. I'd be like, what am I missing? Nothing.
I'm good. I'm good with $1 Billion Good.
yeah, it feels like a good spot for us
Is it really $1 Billion Good?
because we're about to go down.
Yeah,
here.
we are about to go down.
We got next up Last Jedi.
Well, you
I
know
like
where
this
the next
one.
two are going.
I like this one. Pee pee poo poo.
Okay. It's a good movie, but a terrible Star Wars movie. That's what that's my reason
It's the
behind this
exact
movie.
opposite.
Sam has
of-
held that opinion since high school.
Yes.
and
It's the
could not
opposite
be
of
more
Star Wars
correct.
Force Awakens. I feel like.
How?
'Cause
high
that
school?
movie-
This movie came after high school.
Yeah.
No, we were in high school.
I don't think that's true because I saw Force Awakens senior year. I'm pretty sure it was like 2019.
2017.
I told you we were in high
2017.
school.
Wait, but
Actually, we
when?
graduated.
It was
actually-
December.
Yeah, December
Yeah.
2017. So fuck you.
Yeah, buddy, you were a
I'm
freshman.
right, buddy.
Aaron's back in take jail.
When did we graduate again? June of 2017.
Okay, apparently I'm an idiot.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I would have assumed too.
It was close enough.
I think Houseway,
Yeah,
Just
that's
because-
That's as
fine.
high as I'll go. Yeah.
I think it was my favorite of the three sequels, but didn't love any of them really particularly well. Finally, we've got The Rise of Skywalker.
Hey, do you remember when I said that there was one that was going to make me irrationally angry?
Brother,
Hey,
it's
we're
already
here. We're here, and this is the most fucking dog shit movie I have ever seen. It makes me mad thinking I own the entire Star Wars collection of movies except for Rise of Skywalker, and I could not be bothered to waste my money on that. I saw that movie in California visiting my grandparents, and not gonna lie, I had a bit of rose tinted glasses when I saw it. I was like, huh, Star Wars, I like it. And then looking back on it, it is the worst fucking movie, like up there with Halloween Ends, as far as
Yeah, you
really
hated
really
that.
piss poor ways to end a franchise.
That was the one I didn't even. I literally had watched every single movie in like a weekend. This is the one I had to walk away from.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
My two favorite parts are where Kylo Ren finally has his big redemption, I'm not even gonna say spoiler alert because who fucking gives a shit. Kylo Ren has his big redemption and then doesn't say a fucking word for the rest of the movie. He has 0 lines from the time he's redeemed and becomes a Jedi to the time he dies. No lines, which is batshit crazy.
All the death fake outs too.
Yeah. Chewbacca being dead for 56 seconds.
We can't let anyone think he's actually gone, because how else are we gonna fucking sell Chewbacca shirts? And
No, it was also like, oh yeah, freaking, was it Rey dies? No, Kylo Ren dies. Rey heals him. Rey dies, and then he heals him back. Like,
there's nothing of consequence.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Like how when did Kylo Ren learn how to force heal? When did force healing become a thing? Like it was the first time we saw it in canon, right?
There was a centuries old buried Sith knife with a map for that perfectly traced a Star Destroyer that had been destroyed 10 years prior and crash landed on that planet.
I'm glad you guys also.
All right, we need to move away from. We're gonna get.
No, you know what? No, just kidding.
We're an hour 15 in, and we're gonna spend the next hour 15 just berating this movie.
Oh my god,
we could have a whole podcast episode. On that.
Hey guys, can we do a podcast where we live watch this movie and just trash on it?
If we could all be together in the same room, I would love that.
Please, let's do it. Sam, when are you coming back out to?
Yeah, not sure. I'll let you guys know.
I'll be down for that. I'll make the trip. I'll make the trip to Colorado if I gotta. All right, next up, The Fate of the Furious. I'm assuming that's the 8th.
Not great. I do Houseway, yeah. It's kind of enjoyable to watch, but it's not great.
Next up, we've got The Incredibles 2.
Well,
I think it's funny. I think it's so funny how there's like, we'll get to it in a little bit. Actually, we'll probably just do them now. How it's the sequel of all like these classics that made $1 billion.
Exactly.
The Incredibles 2, I think I haven't seen it. I've heard it's like a step down.
I heard it was a major step down.
Well,
I've seen it. It is not great. It's interesting, but not great. I would say Houseway, really. I mean, it really does just ride the coattails of the name pretty hard.
Next up, we have Finding Dory.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was fine.
Both of those movies that we've done just now are better. Like the original is way more deserving. So
absolutely.
That's why it's funny because then next we have Toy Story 3 and 4.
See, I like 3 a lot.
3's a good
one. And I like 4.
3 is great.
3 made me cry.
Would I pay $1 billion to watch though? I don't think so.
Probably not, but I'd definitely say it's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4. Where you guys?
I actually didn't. I haven't seen this one.
Me neither.
I'd probably put it a step down from 3. It's not as good, but it actually still tells a really interesting story. Like the Toy Story series has actually done a really good job of making every movie like have a purpose in the grand scheme of things. It didn't feel like they just kind of like it didn't feel like they just made it to cash in. You know, like every stage of the series. I mean, you've got, you know, the original where Andy gets a new toy, and then you've got the 2 where, you know, Woody's trying to find his purpose and meets the people he was, you know, based on, and, you know, finding his identity. 3 is about, you know, Andy's grown up now and the toys have to deal with that. And now 4 is like, okay, you've moved so far in your life that it's like almost like an allegory for being like a grandparent almost. Like you've now got this kid who, you know, he that person might not care for you as much as like other quote unquote toys or like their friends or their immediate family or whatever, and you have to deal with that now. It's interesting. There's like a legitimate story behind it. So,
well, Aaron, thank you for that synopsis of Toy Story 4, where
you're welcome. This is what I'm here for.
Definitely just spaced out there.
Same. I was looking up when Toy Story 5 is coming out because I'm sure that one's going to be made with love.
I
realized halfway through that I was like, man, I'm really rambling about Toy Story, and I
mean, I agreed with the gist of what you were saying.
The gist of it. Oh my god.
Okay, next up, Sam, take over, please. We got The Hobbit.
Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. The reason why this movie made $1 billion was because it had the name. However, I think I enjoy this one.
I like it.
See,
it's my favorite.
I really like the Hobbit movies. I am a little bit biased, obviously, because I am a fantasy nerd and stuff like that. But yeah, I would put it in second tier. $1 billion is a lot of freaking money.
I don't know about that one.
You'd go lower or higher?
I was gonna say $1 billion good.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's because, like, realistically, if the rest of the Lord of the Rings trilogy was here, one of those would inevitably fall into $1 billion is a lot of freaking money, and this one is not as good as any of those. So by the transitive property.
Well, see, all three of the Lord of the Rings ones would have been in the top tier for me. So
yeah. I don't know. If you're insistent, I will subside, I guess.
Next up, we have The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Okay, well,
well,
this one's in pee pee poo poo, guys. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, there you go.
Right next to it.
Oh Jesus! Don't get that out of here! Get that out of here! No, I can't have that image. Good God.
All right, next up we have Titanic.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Titanic?
Nope.
Jesus Christ, my brother.
Oh my God.
I know, huh? I know.
Jeez.
That
right next to those jet.
It is amongst.
Go ahead.
It's so good. It was worth $1 billion. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I didn't love it like to the point where I'd pay $1 billion, but it's definitely like a great movie.
Throw it right next to those other James Cameron movies.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. Well, we'll bump you down so they can all be together.
There you go.
Next up, Zootopia.
I would pay $1 fucking trillion to watch this movie.
That movie's so good.
Really?
It's fucking peak, dude. Zootopia. You know what? Favorite animated movie? I'm changing my answer. It's Zootopia. I don't know how it could be so stupid.
Damn.
Zootopia is phenomenal.
It's great.
I saw this at a drive-in theater too. So
that's a vibe. Zootopia and Soul. Great picks.
Great picks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Next.
Sorry, I'm clapping a lot today. I'm sorry.
Next, we have Minions. Again, we should have just named one of the tiers riding the coattails because...
Yeah, honestly.
This movie should not be on this list.
No. It might
Minions.
be pee pee poo poo, to be honest.
I'm okay with pee
do
poo
it.
poo poo.
Pee poo 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 pee?
Poo pee poo poo pee poo.
Just if I could do an audio tier, just I'd do it. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a fart. Top Gun Maverick, I'm not even gonna listen to you guys. It's going fucking. I'd pay $1 billion.
Now.
Is
it that? No, I'm just kidding. It's really good.
Because you know what? I paid $14, $20 to buy it on YouTube. So yes. And
that whole sentence I was not expecting.
Not only that, I bought the physical copy too for my dad, which I am going to steal, so I can have it.
Nice.
So
Mr.
I
Jameson,
bought this movie in
listen to this
2 forms. Yeah, seen it twice, or I think twice in theaters, maybe 3 times. seen it like 70 other times before I knew how to work Letterboxd. That would easily be my most seen movie.
It's good.
Will not hear a discussion. Next, we're almost done. Super Mario Bros.
It was good. I enjoyed
Is it $1 billion good? No.
No, I wouldn't say it was, but
It was good though.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a shock, I think.
I'm just gonna add
It was
some
surprisingly
clarification
good.
for that tier. Just because that's how we've been talking about all these. Yeah, it's not $1 billion good, but good enough. Last but not least, $1 billion herself, Barbie.
I'd say billion is a lot of freaking money
Yeah,
for me. I really liked Barbie.
I like it too. It's also like I've come to learn it's a very good like rewatchable movie.
And I will say, of the movies that are up here, it is probably like top 5 most unique of the movies. Like a lot of what we've been ranking is part of a franchise, part of a, whatever, remaking this,
like
sequel
universe.
to this, whatever.
We got two.
Avatar, Avatar, Barbie, Frozen,
Titanic.
Zootopia, Jurassic Park are really the ones that like you can look at and say like those ones are kind of, they stand alone. Like some of them, obviously, Lord of the Rings, Rogue One, they're part of a franchise. Avengers are part of a franchise. Even Top Gun Maverick, and all these other ones. But those ones really, you can just look at and say, yeah, it makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that this is a very.
Now that everyone's
very
zoned out
solid
again
tier.
from me talking,
Yep, there it is again.
Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's our tier. I'm not gonna read this off because that's a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah, but you'll see it on Twitter.
Yep.
But anyways, let's end this podcast. So if you like this this episode, leave a rating, subscribe, leave a review, share it, follow us on your favorite podcast platform, do all that stuff. It really helps us out. We love doing this, so it's a lot of fun. I also want to just actually plug our Twitter. It's at FilmboxPod. Or you can go to Facebook, the Filmbox Podcast, or you can go to TikTok. I'm sure that's linked somewhere. Or you can go to our website, pressplaymag.com, where you can see us write about movies. And I can see Sam falling asleep as we speak. You can see us write about movies and stuff there. And also, our letterboxds are in the description. So check those out. So you can stay up to date on what we're watching when we watch them. And without further ado, Connor, we got to do your movies. So what movies will you be watching this week?
So, pick a number 1 through 6.
4.
2.
Alrighty. Con will be watching North by Northwest and The Hunt.
Was
That's
Lord
my
of the
two
Rings on
movies
there
for the
on that list?
No, it's gonna be on the next one though.
Oh, thank God.
I promise.
Is Rise of Skywalker going to be on the list?
I hope not.
No, you'd have to Clockwork Orange me to get me to watch that one.
Is Clockwork Orange on the list?
Well, if
could be.
someone donates $10,000, I will Clockwork Orange Connor so that he has to watch Rise of Skywalker.
If someone DMs me and pays me $50, I will watch them all in a day.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, speaking of that, there's Showcases selling a ticket bundle to watch the entire Skywalker saga on May
I
the
did
4th
see that. I saw that, yeah.
for $35. All 9 movies in order.
I saw that.
Yeah, so if someone
I might kill myself if I had to. I love Star Wars. I cannot sit there for what, 20 hours in one, and it starts at like 9 p.m. too.
Well,
Yeah,
I was seeing
so-
like the comments on that, and it was like, the theaters are going to empty after the after Return of the Jedi.
Literally.
Yeah, so actually, I'm up in the price. I didn't know it was 20 hours. $100 in my DMs. I'll do it. I'll live tweet the
you gotta
entire
think,
experience.
There's 9 movies, and
9 movies.
They're at least 2 hours each, or over 2 hours each. So it's over 20 hours of content.
Oh yeah.
Aaron, want to
Also,
go
low
50-50?
price of 100.
Want to go 50-50, Aaron?
Please.
Yes, I do. All right, we'll see ya.
Later, guys.
So, yeah.